They're tear gassing folks. They're tear gassing folks now. We're on Alameda. There's hell of us, hundreds of us, just marching. I'm good. Here we go. So they just started tear gassing people for no reason. You all right? He hadn't even gotten in front. Well, these people are savages. ICE is ridiculous.
We're downwind. We should be going.
Thank you.
I know who you are.
Thank you, brother.
I work at Dominguez Hills.
Thank you, brother. Good to have you here. All right, so people are keeping each other safe. Handing out water. We protest every single Wednesday. We protest every single Wednesday downtown. We are now in front of Nathan Hawkman's office, who's the terrible DA who just got on television today talking about how he's going to arrest protesters and charge protesters, talking about somebody who was driving in circles and doing donuts at the protest. And because he's somebody with a record, he's up for 25 years to life for for making donuts. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What a waste of taxpayer dollars. Why would we lock somebody up for a traffic violation for 25 years to life? Fuck Nathan Hawkman. Fuck the police. Fuck ICE. All of that. And what I'm on here to say is fuck this foolishness, this absolute foolishness about this not being black people's fight. This is our fight. This is our fight. So if you are under the complete delusion that they are not coming for black people, let me tell you that military vehicles were on Crenshaw this morning. Let me tell you that when you talk about deportations, they like to talk about some people being deported. You think black people ain't being deported? Look, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to give you 4 reasons why this is a black fight. And this is both based on morality as well as strategy. Thank you. I see you, Ade. This is our fight. This is our fight. So for both moral and strategic reasons, this is a black fight. And anybody is welcome to hop on to deepen the conversation about this, because if you are under the misconception that since our arrival in this country, every gun, every target has been on our backs, then you don't know your history. This is our fight. Anytime they come for somebody, you can bet that it's going to be levied upon black people. So look, let me first give some moral arguments. Morally, black people have been the moral compass of the world. Moral compass of the world. And don't let them who are immoral people say, well, that's our excuse to be immoral. If we see evil, fight it. When you see evil, fight it. When you see evil, stand up. When you see babies getting snatched out of the arms of the mothers, remember, may our ancestral memory bubble up and remember that our foremothers also had babies snatched from their arms. When you see workers being abused and beaten at the hands of new millennial slave catchers, may our ancestors rise up in ancestral memory and remind us of our own history. We are the moral compass of the world, which is why we stand up and say things like Free Palestine, which is why we stand up and say end the genocide in Congo, end the genocide in Sudan, which is why we stand up and say no imperialism anywhere, throw off every single chain of colonialism. We are the moral compass of the world, and that is a blessing. That's a blessing. hold on to that, y'all. We hold on to our morality in a system that tries to dehumanize us. Remember that our commitment to God, our commitment to our ancestors, our commitment to our people is a blessing. So we are the moral compass. 2, solidarity. Solidarity. And I've heard people say, well, some Latinos call black people ends. Yes, they do. Right? Yes, they do. Some Latinos call us in, right? Some Latinos are absolutely anti-black, right? Yes, we need to have courageous conversations about why that is wrong. And we can't ignore those harms, right? That there is anti-blackness in every single community, including people of color and including Latinx people. And that's not an excuse for us not demonstrating solidarity. Solidarity means recognizing that we share an oppressor, and white supremacy, delusional white supremacy, exploitative white supremacy, white supremacist patriarchal capitalism is the enemy. And we need to build and strengthen ties with one another. My oldest child, Tandiwe, was talking about how we need to move from actually coalitions to alliances in this moment, right? We need to have courageous closed door conversations about, there's a film about the black grandmother in the closet, that most Latinx folks are black too, right? So having conversations about where anti-blackness comes from. Anti-blackness is actually a tool of white supremacy that tries to keep us from uniting. And so we have to demonstrate solidarity. So 1, we are moral people. 2, we have to demonstrate solidarity because solidarity is also right and it is strategic. We can't overthrow an oppressor the size of white supremacy without each other. 3, when you talk about roundups and deportations and ICE raids and ICE attacks, it is not just our brown folks who are experiencing it. It is our black folks who are experiencing it. Y'all paying attention to the travel ban that was implemented on Monday? The travel ban that was implemented on Monday includes 11 countries. 8 of them are African countries and the rest of them are Muslim countries. So when we talk about who's being targeted and anti-migrant sentiment, that includes black migrants. 1 in 10 black people in this country are actually migrants too. So we can't separate ourselves from migrant communities because many of us are migrant communities, right? 3, now you might be saying, well, I'm African American or I am a foundational black American. I am too. I am too. We're not part of the group that has migrants in my bloodline, in my family. We are foundational black Americans who were brought here as enslaved people. I can trace my ancestry back. The reason my middle name is Rachel is because she is the first person in my family to be brought here as an enslaved person into Sabine Pass, Texas. And as a foundational black American, or an African in America, right? Whose ancestry is only that. We didn't migrate here. We didn't choose to come, or we weren't forced out in recent generations because of imperialism. I still have enough sense to know that when you have ICE, when you have Department of Homeland Security, when you have the damn National Guard and the Marines in your city with tanks, with military equipment, with curfews that allow them to round people up, you know who it's going to hit tomorrow, even if it hit somebody else today? Black folks. You know who has a target on his back? My son. You know who they talking about throwing in detention centers and trying to figure out how the hell to deport? Me and you. So strategically, there has never been a time when they've empowered militarized policing and black people have been exempt. So don't think you can cower in a corner somewhere. Or I heard people say, grab a bag of popcorn and watch it go down, because they are kicking in our doors, people. They are kicking in our doors. And somebody saying, deport us where? Let me say, there's already a story of a young black girl who never been out the country, who they deported to Colombia. There's already a story. They already deporting people to places like El Salvador. They already deporting people to places like South Sudan. They're already deporting people. Look at the news. Just watch. Even corporate news will tell you that this is not a figment of my imagination. This is not something that's not happening right now. You can hear what comes off of Trump's own damn lips. So if you think that this is, alarmist, then you are not paying attention. Watch Nathan Hawkman's news, press conference from today when he's talking about rounding people up. And if you're not talking about deporting, they're absolutely talking about right in this moment, locking folks up. He said, we will hunt you down. We will hunt you down, protesters. That's what he said. I am not making this up. Watch CNN. I saw him with my own eyes on CNN. Saw him with my own eyes. And so if you think you are safe, black people have never been safe and are absolutely not safe in this moment when you talk about militarized policing. So anybody who wants to fight me on it, right? If you want to debate me on it, because every piece of history says something different. The only way forward is to fight through it, to fight fascism with everything we got, y'all. You think you not in the fight? You think you got a choice to sit some shit out? You don't have a choice. There is a target on our backs. There is nothing more dangerous than pretending as if we are at a state of peace when they have declared war on us. They have declared war on us. Stop pretending like we're in a state of peace. We are not in a state of peace. Black people have never been seen as not a target here. We are a target here. So you stand up and fight, or we get got. We stand up and fight, or we are sitting ducks, y'all. Band together, fight together, resist in the face of fascism. The answer is resistance. So I invite you to join me now. We are at 211 West Temple. I hear what Lita, hey Lita, that's my comrade. 10 toes down, comrade Lita. She said, bring your ID wherever you go, and a copy of your birth certificate. But also know this, all bets are off, people. All bets are off. So don't, it's always a good idea to do what you can. But remember, in the face of fascism, and they talk about know your rights, we don't have no rights. This is a fascist police state. So you thinking you can talk to the police and, reason with the police and say it's my First Amendment right to protest, or it's my First Amendment right to be here. Did you not see the video of the white woman trying to walk home last night and try to reason with the LAPD skirmish line and say, hey, my building's right there. Can I go in? And they shot her in the fucking stomach. A white woman with rubber bullets, let me be clear. But that's injurious, right? They might not be completely deadly, but they are less lethal. It doesn't mean that they're not lethal. If they shooting middle class white gentrifiers, and, I'm sorry, I'm sure she's a nice woman, but, this used to be a place, downtown used to be a place that poor people could live, right? If they are shooting middle class young white girls in the stomach with rubber bullets for nicely asking, can they go home? What do you think they doing to black people? So we don't have no rights. That said, yes, bring your ID. Yes, carry a copy of your birth certificate, but it doesn't protect you. Only ending fascism protects us. That's the only thing that protects us. So join us again. We are at 211 West Temple today. Well, likely I'm hearing that there's something else happening tomorrow. We've been in the streets every day. Think about how we keep us safe. Make sure you have a safety plan. So the rights against the fascists don't work, but building community does. Make sure your neighbors are looking out for you and you look out for your neighbors. Make sure that you lock arms together. Make sure that we understand we are all in this fight for our freedom together. So I pledge to look out for all of my people, for your children. I pray and I'm grateful that my neighbors also look out for mine. My community looks out for mine. Let's look out for each other. Also, one thing about wearing a kaffiyeh doesn't just make a statement about freeing Palestine, but a kaffiyeh also is something good to put on your face when the fascists tear gas us. So those are the kinds of things we need to remember. Wear a mask, all of that. But we're in the fight. Don't sit it out. Black people, there's never been a time when we could sit shit out. Sorry, y'all. We could dance on the protest line. We could do the boots on the ground dance as we're being boots on the ground. All right. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.